The big day is finally here, and I finally put my video out. Well, we got about 4 hours left until kickoff, so it's not too late. Look at my record so far in the playoffs. Went 4-3 in the wild card round, 2-3 in the divisional round, and 3-1 2 weekends ago in the conference championships. Overall, I'm 9-7 for a 56.3% win rate. And I can't wait to give you my Super Bowl 59 best bets. Let's get right to it. I'm just going to call these Carrie's picks. The first pick is Chiefs money line. Now, I just want to say something here. I realize that the Eagles are probably a better team on paper. They're probably got a better defense and got a lot of things going for them. But the Chiefs are going for a three-peat. They're looking to make history with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. That is one heck of a duo right there. So I'm picking the Chiefs money line. This is one of those things that I'm going to bet until it doesn't happen, right? So that's what I'm doing with the Chiefs here. They've won the last 2 Super Bowls in a row, including beating the Eagles 38-35 2 years ago. So I'm going with the Chiefs money line. It's my first pick. I'm also going to go under the 48.5 for the total. That's my second pick. Now, I know the game went 38-35 2 years ago, but both of these teams are even stronger defensively than they were 2 years ago. I think it's going to be a really hard-fought, close game. So I'm going to go under the 48.5. But before I get into the player prop parlays, which I'm really excited about, I'm going to say something about the Chiefs and the Dynasty here. I realize that some people are getting kind of tired of this, and I get tired of it too. I don't like seeing the same team win year in and year out. But some people are comparing the Chiefs to the Patriots and their Dynasty. I don't think that's a really good comparison. I'll tell you why. It's a totally different cast of characters. Look at the Chiefs head coach, Longshot. I mean, how can you not like this guy? He's got to be the most lovable head coach in the NFL. How can you hate on this guy? There's no way. But when you compare this to the Bill Belichick era, this is like a grumpy grandpa that the grandkids are scared of. So I'm not going to compare Andy Reid and Bill Belichick. I like the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. I like Andy Reid. The one thing about the Chiefs that I don't like, and this is on Patrick Mahomes, if you remember 2 weeks ago, the flop. Now, that was an embarrassment. I realized he kind of got pushed by one of those guys before he went out of bounds, but then he raised his arms up and fell forward to make sure he got the call. Nobody likes a flopper. So that's the one negative I have against the Chiefs going into the Super Bowl. So that might be the one negative I have against the Chiefs here. Let's look at the player prop parlays. Now, if you think the Eagles are going to win, they're going to be ahead, you're definitely going to see a lot of Saquon Barkley. His line right now is 109.5 for the rush yards. And if they're going to be ahead, then the Chiefs are going to have to catch up. We know the Chiefs don't have much of a run game, and they're probably not going to run too well against the Eagles defense. So obviously they're going to have to pass. And right now Mahomes' pass yards are 254.5. I'm going to take both of these props down to an alt line. I'm going to take Saquon Barkley down to 90 plus rush yards at minus 240. And I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes at 225 plus pass yards at minus 245. Put these two together, we have parlay odds at plus 101. Now I'm not going to show you my trend odds. Barkley, of course, has rushed for 90 plus yards in most of his games this year. Patrick Mahomes has passed for 225 plus yards in about 60% of his games. But if you think about the game script here, if you think about Kansas City coming back from behind, just like the Rams did 3 weeks ago and the Commanders did 2 weeks ago, they both had over 40 pass attempts trying to get back into the game against the Eagles and well over 250 yards each. So I believe the Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do the same thing to try to get back into the game. So yes, a lot of passing for the Chiefs, and 225 plus pass yards for the Mahomes is not too much to ask for. So the first player prop parlay is Saquon Barkley get 90 plus rush yards and Patrick Mahomes get 225 pass yards. Put those together in a player prop parlay bet. Now, as I mentioned, both defenses are very, very strong against the rush. So I think there's going to be a lot more passing than people are talking about in this game. Now, a lot of people are high on Dallas Goedert for this game, and for very good reasons. He's been really clutch in the playoffs so far. And same thing for Xavier Worthy. I realize that the Eagles defense, pass defense is really top tier, and I can get that. But still, if the Chiefs are forced to pass to get back into this game, I can see a lot of those wide receiver screens out to the side to Worthy. And because of his speed, he's going to get 10 yards probably before anybody even touches him. But again, for both of these players, I'm going to take an alt line. I'm going to take them both down to 40 plus receiving yards. I got minus 180 for Goddard and minus 235 for Worthy. Putting these two together, I got plus 112 parlay odd. And again, my trend odds I'm not showing here, but I really think it's based on the fact that both of these players are going to get a lot of work, a lot of targets in the Super Bowl. So put Goddard 40 plus receiving yards and Xavier Worthy 40 plus receiving yards together in another player prop parlay. So here's my last bet, a long shot. Exact score. This is about the only novelty bet I put together for the Super Bowl. I don't like playing all those novelty bets. I don't think they have a lot to do with football, but exact score is a lot of fun. I only put about 10% of one unit on this. I don't bet a full unit on anything like this that has long odds. I'm going to show you my process on how I got to this exact score. The Eagles' points scored, this includes the playoffs, but I took away week 18 when they rested a lot of their starters. And the Chiefs' points allowed in each game also took away their week 18 game against the Broncos where they rested a lot of their starters and they lost 38-0. So taking away the week 18 games from both teams, we have 28.8 points scored for the Eagles and 18.4 points allowed for the Chiefs. We just simply average those two. We get 23.6 points for the Eagles. So that's what I think the Eagles are going to score against this Chiefs team. And similarly, we have the Chiefs scored 24.4 points this year, and the Eagles allowed 18.2 points. Again, take away that week 18 from both of those teams. So the Chiefs have scored 21.3 points. So like we always do in math, we simply round these two numbers. We get the Eagles 24 and the Chiefs 21. That is my long shot pick for the exact score. I'm betting 10% of one unit, not a whole unit, just 10% of one unit. The odds here are plus 9,500. So what does that mean? That means if we bet $10, we win $950. So that's exactly what I bet. I just simply bet $10 on this one. I'm not going to pick another exact score. I'm not going to reach for something else or something different. If this doesn't hit, who cares? It's only 10% of one unit, not a big loss. I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl. It's about 4 hours away. Good luck on your Super Bowl best bets. Have a great time this evening. Let's go.